Hi, this is Ron Rowland from Money and Markets TV. When I ask people where they look for international ETF profits, they usually say Asia or Europe. But I think another part of the world offers opportunities that are just as good, or in some cases even better than the more developed parts of the world. I'm talking about Latin America. For our purposes, I define the region to include Central and South America, Mexico, and the Caribbean islands. Economically speaking, Brazil and Mexico dominate the region, accounting for more than half of Latin America's economic output. But other countries are catching up fast. Just look at the recent progress in some of the Andean nations. Peru has had some of the world's highest GDP growth over the past few years. Chile has an astounding 21% private savings rate. And Colombia just hosted a regional summit meeting attended by President Obama. None of these nations has reached developed market status yet, but they're getting there. And that growth has earned Latin America a lot of attention from investors and ETF sponsors. The iShares S&P Latin America 40 Index Fund is one of the older members of the group and still offers good liquidity and some diversification. The iShares MSCI Brazil and iShares MSCI Mexico are also seasoned veterans. These are the go-to products for investors who want to zero in on the two biggest LATAM countries. But there are also newer funds that let you go even deeper. The Global X FTSE Andean 40 ETF gives you one-shot coverage of the 40 largest and most liquid stocks listed on the Chile, Colombia, and Peru stock exchanges. If you want to target the individual countries, you can consider iShares MSCI Chile, Global X FTSE Colombia 20, and iShares MSCI Peru. And Argentina is also accessible through Global X FTSE Argentina. As for the biggest players in the region, Brazil, there are finally ways to get more targeted exposure to the market beyond EWZ. If you're looking for small caps, you can try Market Vectors Brazil Small Cap or iShares MSCI Brazil Small Cap. Mid caps are an often forgotten niche, but they're available through Global X Brazil Mid Cap. You can even follow industry trends with Global X Brazil Consumer, Global X Brazil Financials, and EGS Brazil Infrastructure. There are many others, leveraged, inverse, currency hedged, etc. But you get the point. Latin America is developing quickly. With ETFs old and new, you can go along for the ride. Keep in mind, some of these funds are still small, so liquidity can be an issue. And like all international investments, they're also subject to volatility. But even so, if your strategy includes Latin America, I suggest you take a closer look. I'm Ron Rowland for Money and Markets TV. Thank you for watching.